Welcome into Wildcat Stadium here in Harrison, Ohio for Friday Night Football here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. Today we've got a big matchup from the SWAC with the Edgewood Cougars facing the Harrison Wildcats. I'm Greg Miller here on ICRC-TV as the Wildcats come out looking to get a share of the SWAC title. Right now Edgewood on top, 6-2, 4-0 in the SWAC, while Harrison comes in 4-4, 3-1 in the SWAC. Looking at both of these teams, starting with the Edgewood Cougars, they're all about the run game. Their big player is going to be junior fullback Tavion Crosby, 619 yards, 89 per game, has 14 touchdowns, but 13 in his last 5, averaging over 6 yards a rush. He's going to be a handful for this Harrison defense to try to stand up. Harrison, 5th against the rush in the SWAC. On the Harrison side, you have number 8, senior Mason Young, who leads the SWAC in passing and is number 2 by only a yard in rushing. So big dual threat player, 16 touchdowns in the air, 6 touchdowns throwing the ball. He'll be a handful for Edgewood to stop. Getting into some of the keys of the game. For the Wildcats, they really have to stop the run. As we mentioned, Tavion Crosby, big time runner. Edgewood, the second best team, almost 300 yards on the ground per game. For the Cougars, it's all about keeping Mason Young in check. Has over 800 yards more than any other rusher on the team. So keeping him in check is going to be a big issue for the Wildcats. And for both teams, prevent big plays. Last year was a close game, 38-35 in overtime. So with 3+ 50-yard touchdowns, so preventing the big play, going to be big. We'll be back in just a second after the national anthem here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Tonight's contest.
It is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we go!
and it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC-TV.
And welcome back to Wildcat Stadium for this matchup between the Edgewood Cougars and the Harrison Wildcats. Sophomore David Ruckler for the Cougars getting ready to kick off to Harrison as we are underway. Deep kick taken to the middle and wrapped up before the 14-yard line, or before the 20-yard line. That was number 14, Nathan Blank, senior on the return. Harrison in their white helmets, black jerseys, black pants with the green numerals. Edgewood, every broadcaster's delight, blue helmets, white jerseys, white pants, and the white numerals on the white jerseys. Gotta love that. A lot of pink here on senior night here for the Wildcats. Of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so Wildcats showing out with some pink tape and pink socks. Senior quarterback Mason Young back in the shotgun. A little bit of motion behind him, and he will pitch it up. That was number 33 on the carry for Harrison, Lucas Nakel, the sophomore running back. Stopped for a big 3-yard loss there. Edgewood's defense comes in, one of the most feared defenses in the conference. First, only giving up 76 yards per game, so it's going to be a handful for Young and this offense to deal with. Some more motion. That one will be handed up the middle. Believe that was junior Gavin Moore. No, apologies. That was actually Cohen Herring, the freshman running back, number 22, only getting a couple yards there. So far, Young, who has been most of the offense, yet to carry the ball. Third and very long here, third and about 12. Young back to pass, looks left, look towards the middle, and oh yeah, we're gonna get a little bit of an arm bar there on number 15, Cade Combs. Believe that's number 2 for Edgewood that they're gonna get. Junior cornerback Lane Howell, and you can just see the nice post route over the middle by Combs, and you see how it gets a little arm bar. Maybe a little bit of a selling, but you know, a nice play there by Combs, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down to save what was almost assuredly a 3-and-out to start the game for Harrison. Mason Young not throwing the ball quite as much this year as compared to last year. Only 120 passes as of that pass right now, but still showing he can sling it. He'll keep that one, go up the middle, and he'll get about 2 yards there. Had to make a couple defenders miss there. As we mentioned, this Edgewood Cougars team just unbelievable so far defensively, only giving up 34 rush yards per game, far and away the best in the conference. But Young once again running a little QB draw. He'll get a block and he'll keep fighting forward. We'll get about 10 yards there, 10, 11 yards, and it will be enough for the first down. Kind of unstoppable force and an immovable object. Mason Young averaging 136 yards a game on the ground, while Edgewood only giving up 34. So far, Young looking good. There's a screen to the left of Cohen Herring, and he'll get a nice little gain there. And it seems as though after the penalty bailed out the Wildcats early, they're starting to get this offense into gear. Young once again will run that shotgun empty quarterback keeper. Looks like he'll get about 4 there, maybe be about a foot or 2 short of the first down line. This will be 3rd and 1 for Harrison, and you can just see how electric Mason Young is back there. Once again, was only a yard behind the rushing lead coming into this game. Another screen to Herring on the left. He'll get a block, he'll miss a tackle, and he'll go inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Cole Herring really showing out in that screen game. The freshman making a couple guys miss, and a nice block there also by number 9, Luke Rogers, to spring him free. Looks like they will get Rogers though for a hold, but will be enough yards even with the penalty to be a first down. Unfortunately though, for the Wildcats, we'll put him back about 22 yards from where Herring was with that run. You'll see an interesting formation here. 4 to the left here for the Wildcats. They'll just run another screen up the middle. And might be hearing over the mic, Cohen Herring, getting some of his first looks of the year. Most people not quite familiar, so a parent helping out the box there with the name of Herring. Mason Young trying to keep the ball dry here. Not raining right now, but has been raining most of the day. Young goes up the middle on 2nd and about 4. He'll get a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and set it up 3rd and 3. See, a little bit cooler here tonight than it has been recently. Fall is finally kind of coming in here in the Cincinnati area. Just over 50 yards, or just over 50 degrees, and it looks like they'll actually throw a flag there. It's going to be holding, so it's going to put the Wildcats back here at about 2nd and 13. They do that 4 to the left. Spot again. Fakes the screen. Oh, Mason Young faked the screen, rolled to the left. Was right in his face, but able to get it away. Alex Peak was the intended receiver there, did get it out and save what would have been about a 15-yard loss there. Defense not fooled at all and just getting after Young as soon as possible. It'll be 3rd and 12 here for the Wildcats in Edgewood territory at the 41. First drive of the game here for the Wildcats. They'll throw deep, and that one's caught. That's Cade Combs, number 15, with the big catch. And you can see Mason Young not throwing it quite as much this year, but still has the arm to do it. Gets it to Combs. He reaches up above the defender and is able to get the Wildcats inside the 10. Now 2 long 3rd downs converted, 1 by penalty, 1 by deep pass. Young kind of almost fumbles that one, but is able to pick it back up and get maybe a yard there. See there, a little bit of a low snap there by the center. Young able to pick it up and still get a yard or so off of it. The center there is junior lineman Jeremiah Huff. Mason Young in the backfield by himself, looking to the left. They'll throw the ball, just be a little bit too far out of the reach of Luke Rogers. Rogers looked back there, maybe for a penalty, but looked like some good defense there by number 11 for the Cougars, Brody Hembry. Now be 3rd and goal here for the Wildcats. 3 to the left, trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right for Young. Back in the pocket, looking left, then turns right. A deep throw. Oh, and that one was almost picked off. Believe that was number 32, Braden Sullivan, the sophomore defensive back. Almost got his hands on that to force what would have been a huge turnover. Coming on to kick the field goal is Grant Swope, the senior, 5 of 9 this year, with his long being from 32. This will be about that long. Does have a career high of 40-plus yards from last year. Swope, ball up, and that's plenty good. You can see that's a guy, his long maybe 32 this year, but his career long 41. That one probably would have been good from 41. the Wildcats take the early lead from the Grant Swope field goal. It'll be 3-0 Wildcats to start off this senior night here at Wildcat Stadium. See Swope getting ready to kick off. I actually did the senior night festivities before the game, so seniors such as Swope and quarterback Mason Young, announced getting their flowers and whatnot for their long careers, as this is the last regular season game for both these teams before the high school playoffs start. Right now, the Cougars sit at number 6 in the Division II Region 8 rankings. Harrison sitting at 11, which would be on the outside, but obviously a big win here versus the Cougars could help propel them maybe in the conversation for a playoff spot. Swope getting ready to kick off. The Cougars will get their first offensive possession here. Down the line from the 40-yard line, a big booming punt to about the 5-yard line. Taken and cut into the middle up to about the 25-yard line. A pretty solid return there by number 32, Braden Sullivan, the young man who almost had the interception there on 3rd down before the field goal was kicked. Coming out for the Edgewood Cougars, they're led by senior quarterback Eli Jones, 28 of 63 on the year, 757 yards. But they're more of a running team. I mean, led by the two-headed monster Tavion Crosby and senior Jay Daly. Both of them 27 combined touchdowns. That one be kind of a reverse out of the pistol, and that'll get about 9 yards there. That's actually Braden Sullivan, the sophomore running back, kind of running as a wing back in that situation. And once again, you'll see a lot of running from these teams, or from this team in Edgewood. Likes to be tricky, kind of in that option offense. And you'll see sometimes, running back, wide receiver, Braden Sullivan work the ball out. Sullivan also leads the team in receiving yards with 543 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Handoff into the middle. That'll be Crosby, and you can see Crosby, a big bruising fullback, bruises his way into Wildcat territory. As we mentioned, this two-headed monster, Crosby, 6.4 yards a rush, and since missing the 3rd game of the season versus Fenwick, he has been on a tear. 13 touchdowns in his last 5 games, 2+ touchdowns in every single one of those games. So been on an absolute tear. Had 13 rushes for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win versus Ross last week. This one, a handoff to the outside. That's Daly down the right side, and Daly averaging 7.6 yards a rush, so certainly no slouch in his own right. 13 touchdowns for him, 609 rush yards on a year. So between these two guys, they're averaging, over 160 rush yards a game between the two, and you can see both of them just bludgeoning down the field. And this has been a pretty quick drive so far for the Cougars. I mean, 9 yards on the first run, but then both of the other ones broken out for big runs, and Edgewood just walking down the field right now at about the 32 of Harrison. That'll be a run up the middle by Crosby. Crosby will get about 5 yards, which normally is a nice run, but kind of a step back based on how the Cougars have been running early. C. Jones getting the offense ready. Unlike the shotgun that you see from Harrison, you see a lot of under center from Edgewood, and that looks to be a penalty. Maybe Tavion Crosby, the fullback there, and you can see a little laugh. Yeah, a little bit too excited there. That'll pretty much negate that 5-yard run and take them back to 2nd down and I guess about 11. So maybe only 4 yards on that first drive. See the Harrison coaching staff trying to get their defense up and ready to go here. Once again, huge game for Harrison. Edgewood could get the outright league title with a win here. That's a run to Daly on the left side, and doesn't even matter with the penalty. He'll pick up 11, maybe 12 there. for the Cougars, they are looking to get their first title since 2018, would be their first solo title since 2017 with a win over the Wildcats. Wildcats could share the title with Edgewood plus potentially Ross if they were to get a win tonight as well. So they had a solo title back in 2019. Edgewood knocking on the door of the red zone at maybe the 20.5-yard line here. Heads it to Crosby up the middle, and he'll just bludgeon forward for another about 5 or 6 yards here, setting up a second and medium. And you can see with these offenses, you know, very much predicated, not sure where the ball is going, sometimes handed it off. Fullback, running back, quarterback, you know, kind of a wing back over there. But they need to stay on schedule, and so far this Edgewood team stayed on schedule very well, getting it to 2nd and 5. And you see a little jump there by Harrison. No call there. We'll hand it off to Daly on the right side, and it looks pretty close to a first down. Looks like they will move the chains there. He'll pick up just enough for the first down, and it'll be 1st and 10. Now it looks like just 1st and goal there from the 10. Looks like just close enough. Front of the nose of the football on the 10-yard line. So it will be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Looked to be a little bit short there on the replay. Our wonderful camera crew here at ICRC put him down at about 11, but the refs will put him down at the 12. Run by Crosby up the middle, and he is stuck up by a host, about 5 different Wildcat defenders there. Probably the best play for that Harrison defense. One of the guys in on the tackle, number 20, Striker Reverman. What a name. Sophomore linebacker, has 49 tackles, which is the team lead. Under center, handoff to Daly on the left side. We'll get a block, get a second block, break through a couple of tacklers, and Wild will just rush forward for another couple yards down to about the 3.5-yard line. And you know, we normally say Crosby is more that fullback bludgeoning back, but Daly still has some hard running in him, and you can see him even getting stopped up, picking up a couple more yards. We run to about 2:30, and you'll see this a lot with the running offenses.
I won't get in your way.
And some long drives. So far, only one drive for each team as we run down on the first quarter. Out to Daly. Daly runs over the defender and will get in for a touchdown. Jay Daly, 14 touchdowns, now tied for the team lead with Tavion Crosby on a big 4-yard run there for Tavion Crosby. And you can just see, or for Jay Daly, you see the fake to Crosby. Jay Daly getting to the right side, lowering his shoulder, just getting past the tackler there for the touchdown. Extra point here, David Rumpler. Kick is up and good. Now 33 of 35 on the year for Rumpler, and through one drive for each team. Both teams able to move down the field quickly, but Edgewood able to finish off the drive and get some points. So with 2:20 to go in the first, it is Edgewood 7, Harrison 3. Once again, you see the drive from the sideline, and you can just see sealing the edge there. Great job by that Edgewood defensive line, and one-on-one at the 1-yard line. Daly lowering his shoulder, getting that touchdown. You can see actually a pretty solid group of Edgewood fans. You see their student section decked out, kind of doing their own student whiteout here. So a little bit of a drive from the Trenton area for Edgewood, but a very solid crowd here, even on a rainy Friday night, to watch their Cougars try to improve to 7-2 and 5-0 in the SWAC. Cougars actually started off 0-2, but are currently on a 6-game win streak, and are only giving up 9 points a game in that win streak. That defense has been absolutely clamping offenses. We'll see as the ball rolls past into the end zone for a touchback. We will get our second look at Mason Young and this Wildcat offense. Mostly through Mason Young, either throwing the ball to Cohen Herring in that screen game or running the ball himself. He's been a big part of this offense, as we've been expecting. Once again, running a whole lot of this 4-man to the left formation here for the Wildcats. Up the middle, and little doing there for the Wildcats. Couple different Cougars in on that play, including number 36. That is Wyatt Walker, the sophomore linebacker. Also on the play, number 25, Carter Smith, was able to get from his weak side, outside linebacker position to make the stop. Second and 10 here for the Wildcats. We'll run another draw up the middle. This one goes for a couple more yards, and it looks like it'll get about 8 for the Wildcats as they go to 3rd and 2. Mason Young, you can just see there, shaking and baking through this defense. Young, I'm sure, loves to play this Edgewood team. Had 5 touchdowns last year, which was his career high. Actually was tied in his last game. So his 2020 game versus Edgewood, he had 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns in a 38-35 game. This one to Herring, bobbles it a little bit, and man, just several defenders not fooled at all. That's number 44, Braden Smith, on the play. You can see Young looking to the left, a little bit of a bobble, but just getting blown up. And the extra linebacker diagnosing the play early, and it'll be 4th and about 5 here as the Wildcats set up in punt formation to punt it back. Will be interesting to see, punting, special teams, catching the ball with a slippery night. Handles the ball well to the outside. That's number 27. Very nice return there for the Cougars. Will be in very favorable position there. That's junior running back Brick Barker. See that turning off the bounds, which is tough on these slippery nights, but gets the ball, gets to the outside, and is able to outrun a few defenders and get to about the 36-yard line where the Cougars will start their second drive. First drive, basically no issues here for the Cougars as we tick down the last few seconds of the first quarter. Ran the ball right down for their first touchdown. See what they do here. Look on the wing back to the outside. He'll get some room. He will go all the way down the sidelines. Number 32, Braden Sullivan, goes all the way 36 yards for a touchdown. I was thinking that might be the last play of the first quarter, but was not expecting a 36-yard touchdown there by Sullivan, and a big play there, a one-play 36-yard drive for the Cougars as they now go up 13-3, and you can just see coming around, faking it, and just a big play there. David Ruppler for the extra point to make it 14-3. That is up and good. And with just 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, Edgewood strikes quickly thanks to the 36-yard touchdown drive on just one play by Braden Sullivan. See, there's the first kick there by Swope, getting Harrison on the lead, but 2 straight touchdowns. This one by Daly, and then just a few plays later after a quick 3-and-out by the Wildcats. This reverse to Sullivan goes all the way, just getting to the edge, outrunning everyone. You can even see number 54 for the Cougars getting out in front of it. That's Radical Rothermel, the 6'1", 260 senior. has a pretty radical hairstyle there for Rothermel with the long locks. Kickoff here for Ruppler. That one will go back, and we'll let it go through the end zone here. Nathan Blink won't touch it. And now, after a quick 3 and out here, Harrison in a difficult situation here. Still early in the first quarter, but based on how that Edgewood run game has gone, this will be a big drive here for Mason Young in this Wildcat offense. First and 10 here for the offense, out at the 20-yard line. Snap to Young. He will fake it and keep it on the QB read and get about 7 yards after a nice little bit of movement, breaking a couple tackles, making it 2nd and 3. So after 1 here at Wildcat Field, it is Edgewood 14, Harrison 3 here on ICRC Sports, ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. We'll be right back here on ICRC for the second quarter.
3, 2, 1.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game. The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we go!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
The quarterback keeper here for Young on 2nd down. He's got some room, and he'll move up to about the 45-yard line as we welcome you back to ICRC TV and ICRC TV Sports from Kuntz Field at Wildcat Stadium here in Harrison, Ohio. The Cougars of Edgewood leading 14-3 as we start the second quarter, but Harrison with the ball and some nice momentum after that big 2nd down run here by Young. Trying to set up quickly. Hand off to Herring, and he will get about 9 yards there. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Harrison. Cole Herring, a freshman, not getting a whole lot of carries to start the year, but has really worked his way into this lineup. Another fake there for Young. He looks to push the pile forward and get about 1.5 yards. Yep, and they will give him the first down here at about the 45 of Edgewood. Harrison did score first to open up the scoring, helped by a pass interference call on 3rd and 12, and then a big pass. Unable to cash it in for a touchdown, but got the field goal. Then Edgewood responded with a long touchdown drive, then a 3 and out by Harrison, and then a 36-yard touchdown. And here we are with the 3rd drive here for Harrison. Young will run it up the middle, and he'll pick up yet another first down. And this Harrison offense is starting to get some wheels now, as you see Young run up the middle again. Young seems to be very, very successful with that run straight up the gut, straight through that Edgewood offense. Edgewood, as we mentioned, only gives up about 34 rush yards per game. Harrison already passed that here early in the second quarter. Young tries to run it again. Not quite as successful on this run, but will pick up about 3 yards, maybe 4. They'll give him up to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Young taking a pretty hard hit there. He's limping a little bit. That would be catastrophic for this Harrison team. They're going to give him a break here. Looks to be something in his right leg. Once again, would be catastrophic for this Wildcat team. 825 passing yards, over 1,000-yard rusher. Second best rusher on the year was number 1, Gavin Moore, who only had 189 yards. So maybe just a little bit of a cramp or maybe a stinger there on the knee. You hope for nothing worse, trying to limp it off, but we'll see what happens there for the Wildcats. Taking a look at this Harrison team come into this game 4-4. Last game was a 51-35 game win at Northwest. Young had 33 rushes for 352 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground in that game. Taking a look at the last play, seeing if we can see anything here. Maybe got his knee held back a little bit, or maybe a little bit of a helmet to the back of his leg. Kind of difficult to see. We'll see how things go for this Wildcat team now with their backup quarterback in. That's number 6, Paul Neiman. And not the best start there for Neiman. Looks like had trouble keeping control of the ball there, and unfortunately just had to fall on the fumble. Yeah, and you can see Young there. He said, no, I'm good. But you can tell the knee, yeah, that just looks like one of those stingers where when you try to walk it off, the bruise gets a little bit worse. Hopefully we'll see Young here in a little bit. You can actually see him. He was back getting some treatment, but actually they called a timeout to get him to run back on the field. You could see him running back. He was kind of back under where we can see right near the stands, but rushed back onto the field, or rushed back onto the sideline there. So good news there for the Wildcats on what could be a huge 3rd and 10, likely in 4-down territory here for the Wildcats, especially in this 14-3 game. Taking a look at some of these Harrison stats for this year. Neiman, only 10 of 24 for 109 yards. So not quite as many passes as Mason Young. Normally kind of towards the end of the game does he get any play, but Mason Young back in there for 3rd down and 10. Young back to pass, looking right, then turns to the left, has a receiver. And yes, they will get the flag there. Looked to be a little bit of a jersey pull. Was looking for Nathan Blank there in the little out route. Was wondering if you were going to get it. You can just see in the back, you can see right on those numbers, a little bit of a jersey tug there. Just a little bit too much by Jake Valero. Looked like it might have been an overthrow if he didn't, but also very tough to tell. You can see the one field judge throwing the flag there right from the middle of the field. And once again, on 3rd down and long, Harrison will get the pass interference. Oh, actually, they're just going to call defensive holding there on Edgewood. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty, but we'll give them the 1st down. Yeah, you can see the jersey tug there. Ball in the air, but they'll just get him for the hold there on Jake Valero, the junior the junior defensive back. So that's in high school 10-yard penalty. Make it 3rd and 1. Young running up the middle, nothing up the middle, but shifts to the side and is able to get about 6 yards for a 1st down. The knee looking all right there for Young as he keeps it and keeps this Harrison drive moving. Story of the game here for this Harrison offense is a few big penalties bailing them out on third down, pass interference, and a hold. Into the red zone for the second time this evening. This one just a hand up off the middle to Cohen Herring. That'll be for about a yard. Last time they did get a goal to go situation, but were unable to convert and ended up with a 31-yard field goal by Grant Swope. Young coming back onto the field. Be two to the left, one to the right as far as a wide receiver. Herring in the backfield with Young on second and about 9.5. Looks to the right, throws it up, and just a little bit maybe inside and underthrown. Was looking for Nathan Blank there. Blank looking for a flag there, not going to get it. As you can see, the throw just a little bit underthrown, and you can see Blank trying to make the adjustment there, but just a little bit short on the throw. And now it'll be another 3rd and long for Harrison. Harrison using their second timeout here, and once again another pivotal moment, another 3rd down and 10. Just under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Guys, playoff season coming in soon. Anybody in the community, guys, girls, all the alike, at ICRC-TV, volunteers, we need you. Reach out at ICRC-TV.com. You could be on a camera, you could be in the truck, or if you'd love to hear the sultry tones of your own voice, like you're hearing mine on ICRC-TV, you can do it all. Volunteers, we need you at ICRC-TV. Especially with the big playoff season coming up. Several teams from the area, including these Harrison Wildcats, potentially in the mix for a playoff spot. So playoffs, we'll have some games here on ICRC-TV. Winter sports starting up, whole lot of opportunities to volunteer and get involved in your community. 3rd and 10 here for Mason Young and the Wildcats at the 20-yard line. Herring going in motion, looks for the screen and then throws it deep. That one's adjusted on, but man, just a little bit short. Luke Rogers, the intended receiver there, but just a little bit short. That one looked like Brody Hembry almost got a foot or a hand on that. Be interesting to see here would be about a 37-yard field goal here. It looks like they will bring out Grant Swope. Has field goals of up to 32 yards this year. Does have a 41-yarder. That was in the opener of 2020 against Chaminade Julian. That was his only make over 32 yards. This would be his second longest field goal. His last one was good. Oh yeah, that one just sneaks inside the left field goal, left post. His first one was good from plenty at 32. This one also good. Fades a little bit to the right, but that'll get Harrison on the board and get it back to a one-score game here with 7:41 to go in the second. A couple of Grant Swope field goals keeps Harrison in this game, just down 8 points. You can see that. You can see the shadow on the left field goal post. Watching it from the box, I actually thought it bent just past the left field goal post, but that one just inside. And big kick there by Swope. That is actually his long for the year, as I was mentioning, 37 yards. So kid's got a solid leg for field goals. Now 6 of 10. Or sorry, 7 of 11 since he's 2 for 2 in this game. 5 of 9 coming in. 7 of 11 on the year kicking field goals. Swope getting ready to kick it off here. Edgewood preparing to get the ball for their 3rd drive. Cougars so far, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Returning one from about the 2-yard line. gets it into the middle, breaks a couple tacklers, and gets over to about the 25-yard line again. That's Braden Sullivan, takes that one out. Looked to be in some trouble, but able to get it out over the 20-yard line to the 25. So looked to be a good decision for Sullivan and the Cougars. Here, the Harrison student section, not in their signature green, actually in pink. As you can see, breast cancer awareness month, and then the breast cancer awareness game for the Wildcats, all decked out in pink. Always love to see that. Handoff to the right. This is the fullback getting a huge gain in their first down, Tavion Crosby. And this two-headed monster of Crosby and Daly, I mean, over 1,200 yards between the two of them, has really carried this team. Also have a couple other players getting involved, but mostly it's those two big backs, including Sullivan, who did have that big run earlier, but they're going to hand it off to Crosby again. Crosby breaking tackles, rumbling, stumbling inside the 35-yard line. Huge run there, about a 20-yard run there for Crosby, and he may be a big back, but he's got some speed to him too, able to evade some tacklers, able to run through some tacklers, and able to just keep this Edgewood offense going. So far, Harrison not able to stop this running threat at all. As Edgewood's marching through the field, Crosby in some trouble, and just as I say that, big play there. One of the tacklers, defensive back Luke James, getting a hand on him, as well as number 54, Eli Self. So usually getting 7 to 10 yards a run. Crosby there, backed up in the backfield. First negative play for this Edgewood offense, not off penalty. So it'll be 2nd and 11 here. One thing about this offense, need to stay on schedule, so we'll be interesting to see what happens. Daly gets to the outside and looks like he'll get about 6. That'll help to put him back on schedule in what is almost assuredly 4-down territory if it comes to it. The Cougars moved inside the 30-yard line to about the 29. It'll be 3rd and about 5.5. You can see Sullivan, number 32, who's had a couple of nice returns, as well as a 36-yard touchdown for the Cougars, as well as that dual threat of Crosby and Daly. A little jump there, and tried to hold himself back, but just tripping forward a little bit on the hard count. That is Zach Holisek, the senior nose tackle, 6'2", 305. So that's a lot of nose tackle to try to stop once you jump offside. So that'll really hurt Harrison there. Had him in 3rd and 6, but certainly in a very manageable 3rd and 1 here for Edgewood. We'll just hand it off to Crosby. Crosby breaking tackles, breaking a 2nd tackle, and then running away from the safety for a touchdown. 3 drives, 3 different players, all 3 rushing touchdowns. There's even we're even doing the chicken dance here at Wildcat Stadium for the Cougars. Touchdown for Crosby. So far, touchdowns for Jay Daly, Braden Sullivan, and Tavion Crosby. So all of the 3 running backs getting involved there. David Rumpler will hit the extra point. 3 for 3 for him today, and you can see the 25-yard gallop here by Crosby. Gets to the right, breaks a couple tacklers, gets through the 2nd level, and then just outruns the safety there for a touchdown. His 15th on the year, as he now takes control on the race over Daly. Daly had tied it up at 14 early in the game, but Crosby now goes to 15 touchdowns on the year. As you can see, Edgewood taking control in this game, and you can see it firsthand how devastating this rush offense has been 268 rush yards per game and averaging over 42 points per game, which is first in the SWAC by over 2 touchdowns. So this offense, though they're a run-first offense, you expect, you know, one of those teams that kind of takes the clock down. They'll break off those big runs too, to the tune of 42 points a game. Rumpler getting ready to kick it off to what could be another huge drive here for Harrison, trying to stay in this game. Herring getting some blocks, will get over about the 35-yard line, but there looked to be a flag at about the 32-yard line. So yeah, they will get a holding call on Harrison, which will back them up to the 22-yard line. So from the spot of the foul, a return to the 36. Backs it up about 14 yards here to the 22. So see this Harrison team getting some last notes, trying to stay in this game. This Harrison offense has been running pretty well. 2 red zone trips kind of stalled out on, have been bailed out by a couple of flags by this Edgewood defense, but Mason Young, as advertised so far, running down the field with this Harrison offense. Herring up the middle for the Wildcats. Only a couple there for him. Edgewood obviously looking like the better team so far, have looked like the better team for most of the year, 6-2, but this SWAC matchup has been, you know, one of the better SWAC matchups in the last couple years. Edgewood has led the series 5-4 in the last 9 years, so very back and forth. Young looking to throw under some pressure. Looks like there might be a holding call there. And wow, comes back. That's a nice catch there by Nathan Blank, but flag in the backfield. That will be a hold, unfortunately, taking away that Blank catch. Looks to be maybe number 2 there. Alex Peak, the wing back there, getting the defensive end coming in, and that'll be a huge penalty there for the Wildcats. Negates the 15-yard gain and will take them back to 2nd and 19. Not the place you want to be, especially with this stout Edgewood defense. As we're just under 5.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter at Wildcat Stadium. They'll actually get him lose 15-yard penalty, so it'll be 2nd 24 here for Harrison. Looking to the left, or looking to his right, and then just no one there. Pocket collapses, and he'll go down for the sack. Look to be Caden Flick and Braden Smith, 2 linebackers collapsing the pocket and getting in there for the sack. And it'll be 3rd and very long, 3rd and about 28 there for the Wildcats here. Rose runs that little fake screen, goes to the other side, but Edgewood ready for it, collapses that right side, and Blank will actually, I think, lose a couple there, lose 2, and it'll be 4th and extremely long, and they'll have to punt out of the shadow of their own goalpost. So yeah, tries to turn around and make someone miss, but will lose about 2 there. So always got to worry about bad snaps here, but we'll get the ball away. Caught, oh, and fumbled at about the 32-yard line, but it looked like it bounced, wasn't able to be handled by the Harrison player, and looks like it might have been recovered actually by Edgewood. Yes, it was. Looks like it bounced off, also bounced off maybe the foot of a Wildcat and then covered up Jake Valero, one of the gunners, able to get his hand on it. You can just see right through the wicker basket. And that one tried to get jumped on there. I believe that was number 20, Striker Reverman, but not able to get on the football there. And it looks like Edgewood will keep momentum after stopping a big play. This will be a fake out there by Jones. Will go to the right side, miss a tackler, and will actually get about 12 there. Eli Jones on the little fake boot. First time we've seen that from him today. Eli Jones, only 14 rushes on the year, but totally fooled the Wildcat defense there on the keeper. So about 13 yards there for Edgewood, and it will be first down as the great field position they started with even after the fumble. They'll be into the red zone at about the 15-yard line. Handoff to Daly on the right side. Missed a tackle, looked to be a couple of piles there. We'll pick up about 5 or so there as we tick under 3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. See on the replay, rain picking up here. Happy to be in the booth here as you can start to see some umbrellas be unfurled here at Wildcat Stadium. You can see that with the fumble. Keeping hold of the football will be an issue here for the rest of the game, especially with the rain coming in. Only 3 minutes to go till halftime. Jones under center will hand it off to Crosby, and Crosby will have more than enough for the first down. Get to maybe just inside the 5-yard line, right at the 5-yard line for first and goal. And this Edgewood offense has been impressive all day. Once again, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. This is just their 4th time with the ball, and they're looking to score their 4th touchdown of the day. Have gotten some solid field position a couple times, starting inside Harrison territory, but whether they start in their own zone, the other team's zone, still playing well. Out to Daly. Not a whole lot of room there, still able to pick up a couple yards. And it'll be second and goal from the 3-yard line. Little fake to Crosby, handoff to Daly out to the right side. And you can just see it here, really starting to come down here at Wildcat Field. Second and goal. Edgewood in no rush, knows that time is ticking down in the second quarter. They will also get the ball to start the third quarter. Handoff to Crosby up the middle, and it's going to be close. And they're going to actually mark him just short, as you can see the referee there. It looked to be maybe just drugged down, trying to fight his way in, and it'll be third and goal from maybe the 1-foot line. You can see kind of stacked up. Does look to be just short of the line. Look to be a pretty true spot there, but once again, you can see the shadow of the football almost crossing the line. They're just going to need a little bit. Interesting to see if they just try to bounce it forward with Crosby or just have Jones fall forward. Ball's actually over the line with the center, and they'll just give it to Crosby. He'll just kind of lurch forward and get the easy touchdown. The 1-yard run there by Crosby. Make it 27-6 here for the Cougars. Second touchdown of the game for Crosby. Now has his streak of 6 games with multiple touchdowns. So big time there for Crosby. He'll go up the front. Crosby's been getting yards all day, so a couple inches, not too big of a deal. That one will be up and good for David Rumpler. See Crosby there. Looks like he lost maybe a wristband or something there, so trying to pick that up. Taking a look at the second touchdown of the day. You can see the ball over the line already. Just a little, almost a little jump forward by Crosby. You can see still some excited faces there. Love to see the crowd still into the game, even on a rainy day. The Edgewood band enjoying it here as their team leads the Harrison Wildcats 28-6. So far, since the first drive by Harrison, Edgewood outscoring the Wildcats 28-3. So Harrison definitely starting to get into some desperation time. Some points here before the half, especially with Edgewood getting the ball to start the second half. Need some points here probably to change the momentum going into halftime. Kick is way to the left. Oh, and that one just sneaks inside the goalpost on the left side. Almost would have been a huge penalty for Edgewood. Would have gotten to start at about the 35 instead of the 20. You can see bounce here, wobbling, moving to the left. Oh, and I don't know, that's yeah. Look at that. Some great camera work there by our team here at ICRC. Looks like it just touches out at about the half-yard line. Could have done the old Randall Cobb and established yourself out of bounds and caught the football. Would have worked too, but fortunately refs don't see it that way, and Harrison will start at their own 20-yard line. Runs it up the middle. Looks to possibly be content with going into halftime down 28-6. In no real rush as we tick to about 50 seconds here in the second quarter. Mason Young, the quarterback, did go out earlier with a knee injury, but only missed the play. Looks to be back and okay, which you always love to see, especially in a big matchup like this and a senior on senior night. Young fakes it, going deep. Oh, and that just goes through the hands of Nathan Blank. Looked to be open there. Would have been a big play out to at least the 50-yard line. Nice throw here by Young. Gets the defender turning around and looked to be kind of in the middle of the kind of reach it in and kind of grasp it on the outside. Got to catch with your hands there, and with 20 seconds to go, will be interesting to see what Harrison does, and potentially interesting to see what Edgewood does here. See, maybe try to force a punt or something and maybe get the ball back. Clock has been reset to 25 seconds here. Edgewood will take their first time out of the half here with just 26 seconds to go before a 3rd and 8 here for Harrison. This Edgewood Cougar team, as we mentioned, on a 6-game winning streak. So right now moved up from number 7 to number 6 in the most recent ranking after a huge blowout win against Ross. They're looking to possibly move up again and keep on playing after this week in the Division II Region 8 playoffs. Right now, in our other game here on ICRC-TV, you can see them all at ICRC-TV.com. Princeton Coleraine at Pat Mancuso Field at Princeton High School. The Vikings leading 7-0 over the Cardinals. Young trying to get to the outside, and he will get more than first down yardage. Pick up about 17 on there, and will get out of bounds. So still 19 seconds left. Possibly trying to get some points there for Swope. As we mentioned, career long would be 41 yards. That would be just inside the 25-yard line. So they would still need about 35 yards here to get Swope into field goal range. Although he's looked pretty good tonight, so if they get close, maybe let it eat a little bit. Young looking to pass. He'll run actually and will scoot out of bounds. Gets knocked down just as he goes out of bounds. That'll be a loss of about 2 as we tick down to 14 seconds. And it looked like Young was looking to pass, saw some room to the outside, but as we mentioned, that Edgewood defense is quick and really keeps everybody under wraps. Second in the league, only giving up 39 pass yards per game coming into this one. Young looking to pass, looks right, then skips back left, looks right around. He's going to run here, and he will get out of bounds to about the 44-yard line. Just 5 seconds to go here in the half. Probably not enough for any more plays unless you get a quick out. So this might be, trick play or Hail Mary territory. We'll be interested to see what the Wildcats decide to do here with just 5 seconds to go. Young will just run the ball up the middle as some prevent defense played by Edgewood. And it looks like
Number 8, Mason Young on the carry.
Oh no, they'll actually say he just got out of bounds with a second left, and you see the look at Harrison up to the clock operator, hoping for maybe a little bit of home cooking. But at halftime here in Edgewood, or in Harrison, as there's a little discussion real quick before we get to halftime. Let's see, no, they will point both teams to the locker room. Young gets out of bounds just a second too late. So we go to halftime here at Wildcat Field. The Cougars leading the Wildcats 28-6 here on ICRC Sports. We will be back for the second half in just a little bit on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Lead off taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. What to expect when you're expecting. A teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
3, 2, 1.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wade.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Couldn't be better.
Find the right seat today.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello, and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is the Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Both teams have taken the field. We're just about ready to get the season underway.
ICRC Friday Night Football. We are back here.
Breaks a tackle at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings.
Side, he's looking for Hughes. Hughes has the separation.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Auto sequence start.
And there's going to be a pick six by the Aviators. Aviators, touchdown!
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Holy cow.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we come!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC-TV.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
We save homes and restore pride. We are people working cooperatively. Our typical client earns less than $14,000 annually and cannot afford the critical repairs they need to safely live at home, where they desperately want to be. Our services truly change lives, one repair at a time. Our professionally trained staff, along with 25,000 volunteer hours annually, has provided more than 280,000 services for low-income, elderly, and disabled homeowners in our communities. Every service makes an impact. Homes we service have an increased sales price of 10%, and even the value of surrounding homes increase upwards of 3%. Our energy conservation services save clients an average of $300 a year. These total savings from all customers equals over $200,000 in outstanding energy bills paid. With safer living environments, almost 50% of our clients reported improved health, and many are seeking medical attention less frequently. By living healthy at home, over $54,000 in state and federal funds can be saved annually for each client that does not need to move to assisted living. PwC's impact is more than just dollars and cents. Stable homes create stable families, which means children who are moving less frequently can achieve higher academic success. We are an investment in the future. More people living safely in their own home paints a brighter future for everyone, but we can't do it alone. We need your help to continue to build a brighter future for the entire community. Give back and get involved at pwchomrepairs.org.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here. Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
3, 2, 1.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
During halftime of this game, Harrison was recognized by the Special Olympics for being a National Unified Champion School. They had to meet 10 requirements, including a buddy club, unified soccer, some unified sports, and some bunch of student-run organizations. Harrison, the first Ohio school to get the recognition for being a National Unified Champion School. So shout out to the Wildcats and all their inclusion for being a champion school from the Special Olympics. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here in Harrison, Ohio. Quick recap of the first half. A 27-yard Grant Swope field goal gave Harrison the lead. And then Jay Daly with the 1-yard touchdown, followed by the Braden Sullivan 36-yard scat for a touchdown to make it 14-3 Cougars. Grant Swope 37-yard field goal to make it back to 14-6, just snuck inside that left field goal post. Then a couple late touchdowns by Tavion Crosby, this one from 24 yards out, the other one from just a yard out to stretch the lead to 28-6 Edgewood. As we get ready to start the second half here, some first half stats. I'm Greg Miller by myself here for ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. Edgewood Cougars at Harrison Wildcats for Friday Night Football here on ICRC-TV. First half, total yards, 215 for Edgewood, all on the ground in 22 rushes, 176 yards from the Wildcats. 54 in the air, 122 on 25 rushes. On the ground, possession time, Harrison 14-49, Edgewood 9-11. Edgewood was 3 of 3 on third down, Harrison 4 of 8. But of course, the big number, 28-6, Edgewood in the score column. Other notes, 3 penalties for 25 yards for Edgewood, 5 penalties for 56 yards for Harrison. Leading rushers, Tavion Crosby, 10 rushes for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the Wildcat side, Mason Young, 20 rushes, 114 yards. Mason Young also 5 for 11 for 54 yards. No passing stats for the Cougars as they get ready to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. Harrison in their white helmets, black shirts, black pants with the green numerals. Edgewood, blue helmets, white jerseys, white pants with the white numerals on that. Ball taken by the up back. We'll get it just over the 25-yard line to about the 26-yard line. As Edgewood's going to get their second, the second half started. Edgewood so far 4 drives and 4 touchdowns for the Cougars. Mostly Tavion Crosby and Jay Daly with the running. Them a combined 137 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. First down, handoff to the right. That was Braden Sullivan on the run. Sophomore also had a pretty nice game. Only 3 rushes, but 36 yards. Sullivan not getting much on that play though, as it's still 2nd and 10 there. Cougars come up in their normal formation, the normal T formation. Handoff to the middle, and he could go all the way. Tavion Crosby rumbling, stumbling, and outrunning the defense there. Big play for Crosby. His 3rd touchdown of the day. That'll be about a 75-yard scamper there. We talked about going into the game, eliminating some of these big plays and a couple 20-yard rushes, but there's the big play. That looks to be about a 73-yard touchdown. Crosby 80 yards in the first half and has almost doubled that in just 1 carry. Edgewood will kick the extra point and take it to 29. So the Cougars get the ball and waste no time. A 2-play, 73-yard drive. Their 2nd drive of 2 plays or less as they take a 35-7 lead here on Harrison. Harrison, we knew they were going to have a tall task ahead of them, especially with this Edgewood offense that's been so potent. Their defense that's really tough to get around. I mean, they've been the class of the SWAC this year. You can just see that there with Crosby, that stiff arm. Whew. A little bit of the Heisman pose out there. Just taking one of the defensive backs there, and you can just see he's a strong kid, got the big thighs for running through people, but also the strong arms for stiff arming kids. So will be David Rumpler to kick things off.
Kickoff goes to the end zone to be a touchback for the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats from their 20-yard line.
Here's Crosby just on the up man, getting the play. Big hole up the middle, and then just the huge stiff arm. The power with the stiff arm, and then the speed just to outrun the safety. believe that was actually Brick Barker who was doing the kickoff for Edgewood there. Mason Young in the backfield by himself. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. He'll run that quarterback draw again. He'll get through a couple people and will rumble for about 21 yards. Very nice play. Young, as we mentioned, huge part of this Harrison offense, had 20 rushes in the first half. 114 yards. That one was his long of the day. Previous long was only 17 yards. So 22 yards there will make it 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. That'll be a throw out to Herring on the outside. Cohen Herring will get about 9 there, get him into Edgewood territory. And on the first drive, that was really what was working for this Harrison team. Young up the middle and Herring on the outside kind of went away from it. You know, obviously scoring clock makes a difference, but this seems to be some of the best offense for the Wildcats so far. Will be another run up the middle, breaks it to the outside for Young. He'll get a handful there and will move the chains for a 1st down up to about the 44-yard line. Will be interesting here for Harrison. Believe the high school rules here state if it's a 30-point game, we go to the running clock. So Harrison right on the edge of that, trying to get themselves some momentum to get back into the game. And Mason Young will help, but oh no, he fumbles the ball. And that'll be picked up. Number 20, Jake Valero, who actually, I believe, recovered the fumble by his own team. Mason Young has a huge run there, but gets stripped out somewhere. Let's see, makes a nice couple moves, gets kind of the hand down, and it looks like maybe the second hit there by number 27. Brick Barker may have knocked the ball out. Tough to see with a tough angle, but not what you want to see there for Mason Young. One of the best drives so far for the Wildcats, but they'll turn it over, and Edgewood will take control from their 25. A little bit of an option. Young will throw it. And the first pass of the day, Tavion Crosby, not quite looking for it, and then a little bit of a high pass there by Eli Jones. Runs the fake to Daly and then has 2 Wildcats in his face right away. Interesting to see the throw there. First pass attempt of the day for Edgewood. Edgewood only 64 passes on the year. Possibly just to kind of keep teams on their toes. Still want to break out that pass game every once in a while. This one will be a handoff to Daly on the left side. He'll break a tackle. Carry about 6 Wildcats with him. I thought they would blow it down, but they just keeps inching forward. We'll get about 12 there, and a huge run there. Huge tough run there for Daly to pick up the 1st down. See, they faked it to him last time, gave it to him this time. Breaks the 1 tackler, and at this point he has about 4 or 5 Wildcats on him. Some of the offensive linemen trying to push the pile forward, and you can just see the strong legs just moving forward and picking up more than enough for that 1st down. Lines up as the wing back here with just Crosby in the backfield. They'll give it to Crosby, puts his foot in the ground, breaks a tackle, and we'll get about 5 here or so. Will be 2nd and 5 for the Cougars. And you've just seen this bludgeoning run game. I mean, 2nd in the conference, one of the better running teams, averaging almost 300 yards per game. And you can just see they have that 2-headed monster along with Sullivan and Young, or Sullivan and Eli Jones working in to some degree. So a lot of talent carrying the rock here for this Edgewood team. Another pass for Jones. He's looking deep. He's got a guy wide open. And is that Braden Sullivan? Yes, it is. He gets inside to about the 4-yard line. Only the 2nd throw of the day here for Jones. Averages 95 a game, and you can see he didn't have to throw the ball much if he gets someone behind the defense. You can see good protection there. Gets behind the defense when you're not throwing the ball that much, and Sullivan just able to run by the defense. A last-ditch tackle there. Actually, a very nice play there by Jax Browning. Saved a touchdown, but now it'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars. Run to Daly. He'll get behind some defenders, and he will scamper in for a touchdown. And you can see the fist pump there by Eli Jones. Jay Daly now with 2 on the night, so he will go to 15 touchdowns on the year. Crosby up to 17 touchdowns on the year. Oh, and they run a little bit of a fake here. Gets to the outside, and oh, wow, they're going to call him down at maybe the half-yard line. A little bit of trickeration there by Edgewood. Interesting call there. Let's take a replay here. No, looks like a good hold maybe, and it looks like he just spins. .804 remaining here in this game. Edgewood in complete control, up 35 points. Yeah, and you can see there's kind of a low snap, and looks like didn't have enough time to put the ball down. He gets to the outside, and oh yeah, he drops the ball there. Yep. So that's a great call there by our referees. So no good. If that was a run, given the rule, actually would be a touchback, but on the 2-point conversion, just counts as a no good on the conversion, and Edgewood will kick off. Rumpler ready to kick it off for the Cougars. Mason Young and this Harrison Wildcat offense coming back onto the field. That one is returned up to the middle, and a pretty nice return there by Nathan Blank. That'll be his longest return of the day. Gets him up to about the 30-yard line, and probably the best starting field position the Wildcats have had all day. No stops by their defense, so normally touchbacks, a couple of returns, but I believe 30-yard line is the best that they've started with. We're just under 7:55 here to go as we start to get some clock running. The Wildcats down 41-6 here. Mason Young back in the shotgun. Looking to his left, got a wide receiver. He's wide open, and we'll get the ball over to about the 25 there. That's number 15 on the catch. Cade Combs has been quiet so far tonight, but gets his first catch of the day over inside the 30-yard line. Very nice throw there by Young. It seemed to kind of short his throws a little bit in the first half, but that one right on target. Young runs it up the middle again. Probably preaching ball security after the fumble on the last drive. He will get about 5 there, so a solid run by Young.
Must be easy.
Yeah, you can see a couple hands getting in there trying to strip the ball again. You can see the ball move a little bit. You got when you get about 4 Cougar linebackers trying to rip at the ball, but good ball security there by Young. A little bit of a high snap. Fakes the run, throws it. And, oh, Nathan Blank would have been a tough catch to make. Probably just a little bit too far, but certainly put it in a place where only his wide receiver could get it. High snap, but there's the throw just a bit too far to the left. Young on the carry there, just for a couple yards, maybe a yard or two, and that'll bring up 4th down here for Harrison at just about the 21 yard line. So it'll be 4th and 5, or 4th and a long 5 here. See what they do here. Hand it off to Herring. He makes a player miss, but he will be well short of the line to gain, and that'll be a turnover. Ball goes over to the Cougars. Hand off to the right there, but some great gap discipline there. I believe that was number 44, Braden Smith, with a good gap discipline, setting the edge there and getting the stop. Edgewood has been very efficient with the ball here. 2 quick drives. So far 13 points already in this quarter. Be a little misdirection handoff. I believe that was Jay Daly on the run. Just for a couple yards there, maybe only a yard or so. So we'll be 2nd and 9. Handoff up the middle. That's Javion Crosby on the run. He'll get just short of the 30-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and about 4 here for the Cougars as they look to just salt this game away. Getting that running clock running under 4 minutes here in this 41-6 game here at senior night in Harrison in Wildcat Stadium. 3rd and 4 here will be interesting to see. You know, obviously if the sportsmanship and whatnot angle, if they don't get the 1st down here, what they do, whether try to bleed the clock and keep doing their thing. Looks to be a throw here for Jones, but he'll get up the middle and he will get over the 36-yard line. That'll be more than enough for a 1st down, so no worry about having to go for it on 4th down when you can just take care of it on 3rd down. Eli Jones there looked to be rolling out to his right, but didn't see any receivers open, saw the lane and went for it. So he saw the lane pushing one of his linemen out there to give him some protection, and he gets up over the 36 to about the 38-yard line. Will run to the outside to Sullivan. He hits a stiff arm there and will look to be almost a loss. Looks to be for a gain of about 2 or 3. Gavin Moore, or no, I'm sorry, that was Jax Browning again. Almost making a play in the backfield, but still a nice play there to only keep him to about 2 yards. Jones back to throw again. He'll look for a wide receiver. That one. That was Browning who looked to almost have a read on that ball, but just kind of got turned around. Didn't look like the best decision there by Jones. Just kind of lofted the ball up there in double coverage. And looked like neither of the DBs could pick it up, or that might have been a pick. 3rd and 8 now as we tick under 2 minutes. As we mentioned, with it being a 35-point game, we are into running clock. So as long as it is a 30-plus point game, we will stay in running clock here as we tick to 1:45. Couple of reverses. Couldn't tell who had the ball there for a second, but it looks like that was Sullivan who kind of got behind some blockers, able to shift just to the outside and get the 1st down up near midfield. See him kind of sneaking behind some of the other players and able to get right to about midfield. So Edgewood once again rolling on offense, 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive, where 3 for 3 in the first half and keeping it going. Jones throwing again. That'll be over to number 18, Caleb Bartley, 6-foot senior.
Really? This is just an internship right here.
Loses the cap there. As we get 2nd and 1 here, just at about the 41-yard line here for Edgewood. He'll hand it off to Daly on the outside. He will get the first down and a little bit more out to about the 34-yard line. We tick under 10 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. We have reached the end of the 3rd quarter here. Edgewood tacks on another 13 here in the 3rd. They lead at the end of 3, 41-6 over the Harrison Wildcats here on Friday Night Football on ICRC-TV.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Lead off taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Welcome back here to Wildcat Stadium here in Harrison, Ohio. That Edgewood Cougar defense, especially number 34, Tavion Crosby, been all over the place today with 41 points. They're up 41-6 over Harrison as we get you started here for the 4th quarter. Just as a note, clock is running continuously as it is a 30-plus point game. Handoff to Crosby here on 1st and 10 from about the 34. He'll rumble forward for about 5. We'll make it 2nd and 5 here. See, moving forward, both these teams, as we mentioned, Edgewood looking to be on their way to a 5-0 SWAC record. Would be their first solo title since 2017, while Harrison will fall to 4-5. They're currently sitting at 11 in the rankings, so could be some nervy times for the playoffs. Tavion Crosby gets to the outside again, and he will rush forward for another first down as we go under 11 minutes here in this game. Crosby has been great in this game. Only 80 yards in the first half. It's tough to say only 80 yards, but after a 73-yard run on his first carry of the second half, he's well on his way to 200 yards in this game. 3 touchdowns. Has had 2+ touchdowns in his all of his 7 games since coming back from injury, and pulling another gem here tonight. Jones handed off to Jay Daly, who gets to the outside, cuts back to his left, and oh man, just maybe one man to meet, gets tripped up, and it'll be at the 5-yard line. And oh, it looks to be a little bit of pushing and shoving behind the play. Looks to be maybe a little bit of chippiness, and you know, with 2 conference foes that have played some good games in the past, you always wonder if there's some chippiness, especially, you know, as the game starts to get out of hand. Hopefully this game can end without you know, too much more issue, but you never know. Sometimes guys get tangled up just off the field, but a little bit of pushing and shoving. They're actually going to give personal fouls on both teams. Hopefully that helps, you know, get some coaches out there, have a conversation, say, hey, there's 9.5 minutes left in this game. Let's finish it with class. you know, running clock, so it goes by even that much quicker. So trying to make this game, you know, as respectable as possible for both teams. Handoff there up the middle. Yep, that is Braden Sullivan with his second touchdown of the game. So 2 touchdowns for Sullivan, 2 touchdowns for Jay Daly, 3 touchdowns for Tavion Crosby, 7 touchdowns for these Edgewood Cougars as they've really taken control starting in the second quarter, but especially in the second half. It's now 20-0 here in the second half for the Cougars. That kick is up and good. No trouble with the snap or the kick there. So with 9 minutes to go, the Edgewood Cougars 48, the Harrison Wildcats 6 here on ICRC-TV.com. Taking a live look in at our other game, Colerain and Princeton. Princeton was up 7-0, with Colerain able to get back into it with a touchdown, though the extra point was no good. So 7-6 now. As we take a look at this game, Colerain with the ball deep in their own territory. Once again, shout out to this Harrison students that keep coming out, being loud, being proud. All the pink out here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the awareness game. As you can see, pink all over the stands and pink all over in the tape and socks for the Harrison Wildcats as they receive the ball on senior night. 9 minutes to go in this one. Heron gets the ball, tries to make someone miss. We'll maybe get another couple yards up there. We'll get past the 20 to about the 24 there.
Tackle made for Edgewood, number 18. Taylor Bartley. Penalty flags on the field.
Looks like there may be a penalty on the field here, possibly talking about a holding. Yep, it looks like it'll be a holding against Harrison, which will back them up once again. Tough situation here for Harrison here in the fourth quarter. And off here to Herring. He will get back up to about the 20-yard line. We'll make it 2nd and 5. Cohen Herring has had a solid game here. Freshman, only 4 carries, does have 26 receiving yards at halftime. So he's added on to both of those. Getting some run here in the second half as he stumbles forward for another yard or so. Should be 3rd and 4 here as we tick down to about 8 minutes. Empty set here for Young. It looks like he might be facing some pressure here. Gets rid of the ball. Oh, tries to go right. Gets rid of someone, tries to go backwards again. Gets out of pressure. Some solid escapability. Just a little bit short to Nathan Blank. The leading receiver coming into this game in the SWAC, but some great movement there, and I think they're actually going to get Edgewood for a penalty here. Yeah, I believe there was a penalty back there, potentially a late hit, and they will give some yards back to Harrison. So Harrison will convert there for the fourth down, or the third down, the third time they have converted a third down via penalty. Ticking under 7 minutes here in Harrison. Snapping the hand off here to Herring. Potentially his best run of the day. Gets it about 9.5 there. So solid run there for Cohen Herring. Another handoff here to Herring. He'll get the ball and he'll get just into Edgewood territory. Just across the midfield stripe. Herring getting a lot of run here in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Of course, Herring just a freshman, so some of these carries, you know, invaluable for some of the development, as he projects to be a very good young running back for this Harrison team. You can see that there, some solid speed and some nice power as he rumbles forward for about 4. Giving a shout out to all of our hardworking members of this ICRC team. There's a nice throw there. Caught by Nathan Blank for a big first down. We want to give a shout out to all of our camera operators, all of our volunteers, student regulars, all of our producers here. Once again, if you want to be a part of this crew, you know, calling games, working on a camera, learning something new, reach out, ICRC-TV.com. Another carry for Herring. Actually, he'll keep the pile moving a little bit. Wow. A couple of these runs, few by Edgewood, this one by Herring. Looks like he was stopped after about 2 yards, but he keeps the feet moving and picks up another few, and we'll make it to about 2nd and 3 here, so we take under 4.5 minutes to go. Harrison late in the game, maybe with the game slightly out of hand, but you know, still always playing for pride, especially on senior night, and you know, getting a touchdown here, maybe getting a touchdown for one of the seniors here would be big. Just 4 minutes to go. Young fakes it, throws it into the middle, and that one is caught for a touchdown. Senior wide receiver Cade Combs scores Harrison's first touchdown here today with just 4 minutes to go. We'll cut it to 48-12 here. As see the nice little play action slant there. Harrison fight song rings out, and the extra point is up and good by Grant Swope. See some for the Harrison faithful to cheer for. Always good to see. See that nice touchdown there by Cade Combs. Always nice to get the two seniors in Young and Combs a touchdown here on senior night. Grant Swope getting ready to kick back off to Edgewood. short kick on the ground, just gets smothered up there. That's number 5 for Edgewood, Connor Cooper, the sophomore, just told to jump on it. Hey, you're a sophomore trying to get some more playing time, especially on special teams. You follow those rules and, you know, it helps you out. So nice play there by him, and Edgewood will get the ball once again. Interesting to see with 4 minutes to go. We'll guess they will just try to run the clock out. But so far for the Cougars, 7 drives, 7 touchdowns. Just a couple yards here for Edgewood. Actually, short loss there, which is unusual for this Crosby game. 6-7 in the Coleraine game. And you can see Coleraine has the ball, a big run, rumbling, stumbling, and all the way Coleraine takes the lead on Princeton. Princeton, a clash of the GMC so far, but Coleraine, having been undefeated in the conference for so many years, not willing to go quietly. Sullivan there on the carry up the middle. He will get just about up to where the line of scrimmage was originally, make it 3rd and 10. Taking a look at this game, you'd have to say at the start of the game, Tavion Crosby, 3 touchdowns, close to 200 yards. Rushing was unbelievable this night. You know, in a night that we were expecting kind of that Mason Young versus Edgewood defense battle. It's Tavion Crosby who's kind of stolen the show. Him, you know, Jay Daly, and even Braden Sullivan, who you can see looks like maybe the phone flashlights out, the waving goodbye. Of course, always a little bit of fun for the student section, especially in such a back and forth interconference game. Go back, get bragging rights for another year. Looks like Edgewood will punt for the first time tonight. First 3 and out, but first drive that they did not score a touchdown, that punt will go, and it'll be fair caught, just a little bit too short for Nathan Blank to get to, so Cougars will down it with just a minute 20 to go. Harrison probably getting their last few plays out here for the seniors, getting some guys out there. Once again, great season to both teams. Harrison, you know, 3-1 in the SWAC. Offense really got a hang of things. 15 points per game when they were 1-3. Have scored 35 points per game in the 4 games before this one. Edgewood goes to 5-0 in the SWAC. Shout out to them. They are the SWAC champions, their first solo championship since 2017. Young looking right, gets the pass out to the right. And that one goes to number 89, the senior CJ Crosby, fan favorite over here. Gets a big catch, so shout out to CJ for getting the catch. Fans going crazy for the young man. Hand off to Cole Herring as we tick under 30 seconds. That might be it. Let's see, may try to get one more play out here as we tick. 15 seconds left. Looking right, looking left. Deep throw, and just a little bit too far for short. And with the running clock, that will do it for us here in Harrison. The Edgewood Cougars get their first SWAC title since 2017. They defeat Harrison 48-13. I'm Greg Miller for Dean Lowry and all of our hardworking crew here at ICRC Sports. Thank you so much for watching another edition of Friday Night Football. Once again, the final score here at Wildcat Stadium, Edgewood 48, Harrison 13. Good night, folks.